Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to News of the Square.
News of the Square.
And we're here
News of the Square, the opera edition.
Mike. Hey, how we doing, man?
I'm doing good, Ivan.
Oh,
I'm just great. Ready to talk about crazy news.
crazy news.
Yes.
Right.
In this crazy times where, who knows, Yellowstone could blow up tomorrow and America could be doomed even more so than usual. So let's might as well just go out laughing. So let's get started.
Here we go.
Here's a story from TMZ.
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 Yeah, the article thing. You know, the celebrity thing that they do. The world's last remaining Blockbuster store is getting an extreme makeover. It's converting into a rental property for an epic summer sleepover, like an Airbnb.
Wow. Okay.
Yep. Last remaining Blockbuster is converted into an Airbnb.
Where'd you go?
Here's the deal. According to TMZ, Sandra Harding, the manager of the only surviving Blockbuster in Bend, OR, is that Oregon?
Oregon, yeah.
Is converting the store into an Airbnb for 3 nights only. And the once-in-a-lifetime experience sounds pretty freaking cool. The 3 lucky folks who snag one of the reservations are in for a sleepover unlike ever before. They get the keys to the store, literally, and watch movies to their heart's content in a makeshift living room complete with pull-out couch, beanbags, lamps, and pillows.
Wow.
But movies aren't any fun without snacks, and this Blockbuster sleepover includes free pizza, Pepsi, candy, and popcorn, plus whatever else you can bring.
Wow.
See, the entire store's entire movie collection is up for grabs, plus video games too. Oh, and there's a VHS player as long as you remember how to work it.
Well, all right.
So I guess the 3 nights, September 18th through the 20th. And I guess there's going to be a raffle, I guess.
That sounds pretty damn cool. Would you do it?
Oh, yeah. She says she wants to thank the local community for supporting the world's only surviving Blockbuster, which is why it's only being rented to locals and costs a measly $4.
Wow.
The Blockbuster is full of 90s nostalgia, but there's a harsh reminder that it's still very much 2020. Guests are provided with a pack of face coverings, disinfectant wipes, and endless hand sanitizer.
There you go.
So, the Blockbuster Airbnb, and you look at it, it's like a living room, but like to the left, there's like the living room type setting, and then to the left, like where you'd see like the regular walls, just where the Blockbuster is, where like the racks of the VHS tapes,
the racks of the VHS tapes and all that,
and the walls and stuff. Yeah,
I miss all that.
Well, I mean, you remember you got me that Transformers poster from the Blockbuster when you worked at Deerfield Village.
Oh man, that was awesome. They were always tossing out.
Oh man, you wish you'd saved some of those, man. Some of those might be worth money.
I got a thing or two lying around here someplace.
Yeah, that's cool, man. Anyway, let's see. What's next? We talked about Bled coming on cancel.
That Bled. What was that?
Next, here's our next article.
Okay.
Yeah. Now there was a scene remember in that scene in Willy Wonka where they had like a full course dinner in a candy?
Yes.
Well, I guess Brox is trying to do
the Willy Wonka
candy corn flavored like turkey dinner.
Okay. Interesting enough. Why is this?
Why not? Thanksgiving candy corn. Brox launches new treat with turkey and green bean flavors. So, although Thanksgiving is 3 months away still, people with a sweet tooth can start their turkey dinner ahead of time. Brox has released a new bag of candy corn called the Turkey Dinner Candy Corn, inspired by a typical Thanksgiving dinner. So the flavors include roasted turkey, green beans, ginger glazed carrot, sweet potato pie, and cranberry sauce.
Interesting. Thanksgiving in a bag. Look at that.
So the new candy corn option is now available at Walgreens, according to the company. The candy comes in a 12-ounce bag for $2.99.
Not too shabby.
But apparently some people on social media aren't too happy about the new flavors.
Why?
It's just people being on Twitter being, one Twitter person says, August 2020 brings us turkey dinner flavored candy corn. We are in the horror movie. The call is coming from inside the house. Do you like candy corn? It's too sweet for me, but seriously, WTF. Hashtag horror family, hashtag Halloween. So apparently Brock's isn't the only one getting a head start on fall flavors. Dunkin' is rolling out its autumn lineup with pumpkin-flavored coffee, espresso, donuts, and muffins on August 19th.
Wow.
That's this week. It's happening now.
Okay. Yeah.
But I guess when you're at the Blockbuster Airbnb, you can eat your turkey dinner candy corn.
There you go. That'll definitely work as long as you know how to work the VCR. Yeah, you're in the clear. Yeah. Man, let me tell you. Now I'm thinking about Thanksgiving dinner now.
Still got 3 months away, man. Just get one of those Samson. A lot of those TV dinners are pretty good. They've gotten a lot better with those TV dinners.
You're talking about the Swanson dinners?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I remember eating the Swanson dinners out of the foil.
I did too. Oh my gosh, there used to be a series. There used to be a series of TV dinners that came with brownies, came with pudding, came with all kinds of really good stuff. Had a pirate for a mascot. I think he also had like a penguin or something. Some kind of weird.
Yeah, they had to change over to plastic because people were putting the Swanson foil dinners into the microwave. And that's causing arcing.
Yeah. I remember
like those balls of plasma where you can touch it and the finger and the arc of electricity is reaching out to your edge of your fingers.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, yeah. So I guess that's the thing that's happening. To have get some candy corn Thanksgiving.
Get some candy corns for Thanksgiving, and of course, while you're getting your candy corns for Thanksgiving, go down to the Blockbuster and watch a whole bunch of Thanksgiving movies. Speaking of Thanksgiving movies, I'm sure we're probably going to see. Do they still run? It's Thanksgiving, Charlie Brown. Do they still do that one?
Yeah, it's not that good actually. I mean, they use the one where the newer one where they talk about how the Pilgrims came over, and they kind of glaze over the fact that like the first winter, like half the people died. The people who came over on the Mayflower. It's kind of weird that a Charlie Brown comic is talking about like the mass death that occurred the winter before the first Thanksgiving.
I guess they tried to make it educational. It didn't quite work out that way.
Yeah, let's not think about Thanksgiving yet. Although I have a lot of people. Last week I was in the store and I saw they were putting out Halloween greeting cards. They don't have the costumes out yet because they still got a shit ton of school supplies because they can't sell any school supplies because the kids aren't going back to school.
No.
They're all on their computers. They're all their laptops. They don't need crayons.
No, they don't need crayons or pencils or
backpacks because they're getting taught from home.
Yeah,
so there's still a shit ton of school supplies. So the stores can't sell the school supplies fast enough to make way so all the Halloween costumes can come out.
Right. So basically, they're just jumping a season and just trying to make up for lost time and everything because everything is what it is.
Yeah, it is what it is. This next article is from WrestlingInc.com. Some Jeff put up because he's a wrestling aficionado, even more than we. So, according to Wrestling Inc., Lana says that she and Rusev had sex on a WrestleMania 31 tank.
Oh boy!
So, last week, Lana took to Instagram this afternoon and claimed she had sex with husband Rusev on the tank she used in his WrestleMania 31 entrance for the WWE United States title loss to John Cena.
Wow.
I mean, they rolled in on this big tank, and apparently the WWE Raw superstar made a post this afternoon showing the two in the Black Sea and commented on two rare locations they've had sex at. She wrote, "We just had sex in the Black Sea." And on the tank at WrestleMania, sunglasses emoji. It's interesting to note that Ryan Satin tweeted in November 2019 that Rusev apparently tried to have sex with Lana in the tank. Rusev responded and seemed to confirm that he did. He responded with, "Tried?" Question mark. Rusev and Lana are currently on vacation in Laznets, Bulgaria. Rusev thanked his brother for the vacation and tagged his Instagram post on a Hotel Oasis del Sol, which is on the Black Sea. So the tank entrance is on the WD playlist episode on the Rusev scene above here in the article from WrestlingInc.com. Right. Below is a video where Rusev WWE photo shoot episode where he talked about the entrance being the best ever, along with the new Instagram post from the happy couple and the November 2019 tweet.
So you get it complete in one little nut.
He got the shot. He fired his cannon, apparently. You had to swivel that turret into position and blast your load. Literally.
Okay. Oh, the places you go.
So you won't see that on VHS in the Blockbuster Airbnb, no.
No, not while you're eating Thanksgiving candy corn.
No. Here's one from Billboard. Apparently, Kane Brown got lost on a 30-acre property and had to call police to rescue himself. Now, it says, sure, the idea of Kane Brown getting lost on his own 30-acre property might seem funny.
I want what he's having. I want what he's having. I want to get lost in a 30-acre field too, man.
He said, "Someone help, I'm lost," laughing emoji. All jokes aside, Brown shared late last week, according to People magazine, "The real story is I moved into a new house. I own 30 acres of 3,000 around already. I told my wife I wanted to go check out the property. I'll be in 30 minutes. He then went out onto his woodland-filled property with a friend and his friend's girlfriend. 30 minutes turned into 3 hours, and it started raining, turned dark, and dropped to 40 degrees, he added.
Oh, shit!
He realized that he left his phone in his truck, and his friend's phone had low battery. After some failed attempts at finding their way via GPS, the country star called fellow musician Ryan Upchurch, who lives in the area. When Upchurch and his friend found the group, 3 turned into 5 of us lost.
Oh, shit.
He has 4 other friends riding around in a Can-Am, and they started getting shot at, Brown added. My buddy's girl, who has asthma, started then freaking out. We had to get her out, so we called the cops. The cops arrive and hear the gunshots, and we think we are shooting at them. We yell at them and tell them we are not armed and made it out.
Oh, my gosh.
So after the reactions to Brown's story, they were mostly comical. Upchurch took to Instagram, set the record straight. He said, "Okay, look, I see all the memes and stuff about Kane Brown," he says. "Yeah, they're kind of funny, but here's the fact of the matter, man. You weren't there. I was there." Said, "Me and my brother and a couple of friends went there to the woods. We'd never been in our life. I had to get GPS even to go to his house. We ended up finding him in the woods because me and my brother, we looked for trails recently ridden on and stuff like that. But he is the shit like that. So we found him, but we ran out of gas. We ran out of cell phone service, too. We got lost in the woods with him. And when you're in pitch black and your eyeballs are open and you can't even see your hand in front of your face and you're on thousands of acres you've never seen before, it's kind of hard to find your way out," he added.
No, that's
scary,
true.
but at least we can laugh about it now.
But, yeah, we can laugh about it now. I mean, because
but he's just next time breadcrumbs or a flashlight, or make sure your phone is charged.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, that might keep your phone with you at least. Someone can find
that
you.
can be scary.
No, I did a long walk in Puerto Rico in the moonlight once. I mean, must have been, I don't know. I think it might have been 15 miles.
You get lost?
No, I just purposely left my house, and I found this road that I wanted to go on, and I got lost, and it got dark, and it was beautiful starry sky, big moon, lovely shadows, blue shadows on the trail and all that other happy shit.
But you got lost, right?
And then I got lost.
Did someone come and find you, or did you find your way out?
Well, I had to sit and think about it for a while, and the only other way I could do this is just try to go back the same way I came. But then, now remembering the way I came, that was the kicker. So, you
didn't have a trail of candy corn turkey dinner to find your way back.
I didn't leave any candy corn turkey dinner, turkey flavored candy corn. There's a tongue twister. Yeah. No, I didn't have none of that with me, and and of course, unfortunately, there was no Blockbuster, so I couldn't look off the marquee and see it in the distance or nothing like that.
Put in VHS tape of Deliverance. Lost in the woods.
Oh yeah, that's all I need.
Speaking of movies, we talked about this on the Squares Roundtable podcast, our main podcast, but this is kind of our side hustle. Apparently, the Star Wars Holiday Special is to return in Lego form on Disney Plus later this year. So celebrate Life Day this November with the Star Wars cast.
Now, all right, let's go ahead and try to give glory to a show that I have heard by most accounts was probably the worst thing ever put on television. Save B. Arthur, but yeah.
So, Star Wars fans of certain vintage will remember the holiday special, a bizarre, ill-fated 1978 Christmas episode starring Mark Hamill, Harrison Ford, Carrie Fisher. Now a new version will be coming in Lego. Okay, they're not reproducing the old one. They're making a new Star Wars holiday special. Heading to Disney's streaming service on November 17th. Ooh, they got a date locked down. The Lego Star Wars Holiday Special will include sequel characters Finn, Rey, Rose, and Poe, marking Life Day, the galaxy far, far away's version of the holiday season. It says, it's a celebration of the saga, executive producer Josh Rhimes said. A lot of characters will be interacting with different characters and perhaps even different versions of themselves at different ages. While also adding, we wanted to give a wink and a nod to the original.
Okay.
So, interesting enough, the events of the holiday special will be set after the events of Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker. It's canon! So, this doesn't rule out appearances from the likes of Kylo Ren and Palpatine, who are confirmed to return. LEGO Adventures tend to bend the rules in favor of good punchline, but a lighter chapter than the end of the Skywalker saga should be expected.
Well, there you go. Good on Lego, man. I like Legos. I think they're cool.
Like I said, if I wasn't collecting Transformers, I'd totally be into Lego. Lego's awesome. Yeah. It's one thing I missed. Like, we're usually around Father's Day weekend. They have Brick World here in Rosemont, and that is always fun to go to see all the crazy creations that they make. All the AFOLs, the adult fans of Lego.
Wow.
Make.
I dig it. We used to have a Lego store over there in Deerfield, in the mall there. There was a Lego store.
I remember that. I remember that Lego store.
Yeah, used to go to the theater there quite a bit too.
What was the name of that mall?
Northbrook Mall.
Northbrook Court.
Northbrook Court.
I wonder if it's still there.
It's still there.
Okay. Yeah, I said Lego, and the thing is, Lego's gotten so expensive.
Well, I remember walking into that store and just start goofing around with all the stuff they had loose on the tables and everything.
Right, yeah.
Checking out all the new colors and shit. And just be like, oh man. And then they had that kawaii Japanese store down the way. What was it called?
I don't know the name of it. I don't remember. But yeah, it's all the Japanese stuff. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well,
so not just Sailor Moon and Dragon Ball, but all like Hello Kitty and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. It reminds me. Episode 5 of a toy store near you is out on YouTube. They talk about a toy store in Japan.
Oh really?
And called Spiral, I think is the name of it.
Okay.
But that's out on YouTube for free, and that's always good. Of how these vintage toy stores are trying to make their way through the Rona.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, here's to reinvention, folks. You know what? May the play continue.
Okay, here's our next story. This is news of the sports. This is
Sports.
from Fox News. Seahawks Kemah Silverand was cut after he was caught sneaking a female into a hotel and attempted to disguise her as a player. So Silverand played on both offense and defense at Texas A&M during his freshman and sophomore year. This is not the start to a football career that Kemah Silverand was hoping to have. The Seattle Seahawks reportedly cut the undrafted rookie out of Oklahoma State this week after he was caught sneaking a woman into a hotel where the team was staying during training camp. Silverand was caught on video attempting to sneak in a female visitor who was reportedly wearing team gear in an attempt to disguise her as a player.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, this here's my teammate, Jeff. Why is Jeff wearing heels? Hey, man, let him do his own thing, man.
Oh, my goodness. The shenanigans continue, folks.
Well, it's trying because they want to protect the bubble. I mean, they don't want to do anything that's going to jeopardize the health of these players.
Well,
and
yeah.
This NFL is millions and millions of dollars up on the line here.
No, I get it, man. I mean, just crazy that. I mean, you would think you would have known better to try to attempt to pull a stunt like that, but come on.
While NFL teams can't force players to quarantine in hotels amid pandemic fears, isolating teams in hotels during training camp is a relatively normal thing. So, just last week, New York Giants head coach Joe Judge told reporters that he was all for his team sacrificing their personal interests to isolate during training camp.
Okay.
If it was a non-COVID year, we would be trying to keep the team as isolated as can, just to keep on focus on what we're doing and build that training camp atmosphere.
Right.
Our players can either opt in or out of a hotel stay. The ones that are in have a curfew. We've expressed to the ones on the outside that they have to make the right decisions when they are away from the building in terms of how they structure their nights.
Right.
So the Seahawks definitely felt Silverand wasn't making the right decision, an action that carries greater consequences amid a pandemic.
True.
But yeah, that's still kind of funny that he, here, put this on. Put on this helmet and shoulder pads. Hold this football.
What's that? It's her heels.
Right. How do you run a nose? It's like a cleat, but it's just one cleat. Okay, here's one little local news from CWB Chicago. Apparently, a Wrigley Field burglar.
Yeah.
Someone broke into Wrigley Field.
Okay.
And he left his roommate's contact information behind.
Oh no!
So apparently, a man from Valparaiso broke into Wrigley Field, stole a jersey from the gift store, and then left his roommate's name and phone number etched on a wall inside the stadium late last month. And police caught up with him after the weekend, and prosecutors have charged him with felony burglary.
Oh, shit.
So Daniel Smith, age 49, allegedly scaled a fence at Wrigley Field around 2:40 a.m. on July 29th after a security guard refused to let him in.
Okay.
Prosecutors say he made his way to a merchandise store, stole a $300 jersey.
Shit.
Then he used a Sharpie marker to leave a message for the team.
Oh.
To whom it may concern, your security in this building is laughable. Call me and I will tell you where your weaknesses are. He allegedly signed the message with his roommate's name and contact information.
Oh, shit.
As you might have guessed, police called the phone number.
Of course.
So they see the number on the wall and they look at each other and do we call this number? What do you think, Chief? Should we call the number? So police called the phone number and later met with the roommate, who said Smith was probably the culprit. According to the state's allegations, the roommate identified Smith in a surveillance video that cops secured from the stadium.
Right.
In another stroke of criminal genius, Smith was arrested Saturday after he asked a police officer to give him a ride. The cop ran Smith's name through a database and found that he was wanted in connection with the Wrigley Field caper.
And he just came right into the cop car. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, those cops have got SCMODs. State, County, Municipal Offender Data System. So, police said Smith admitted to scaling the fence and said, "It was a dream come true." He also again advised the Cubs to beef up their security. He allegedly told cops that he had left his roommate's information to get revenge on the man.
Oh, my goodness.
So, Judge David Navarro set bail for Smith at $10,000 and ordered him to stay away from the stadium.
Okay.
You can't go back to the friendly confines, Mr. Smith, Navarro warned.
Okay.
The judge also ordered Smith held without bail for violating the terms of his bail in a pending disorderly conduct case. So, cease.
Habitual.
Yep. You can see this guy's mug. His mugshot is on CWBChicago.com.
Oh my goodness!
Like if Anthony Michael Hall was a pro wrestler, he's got no neck.
It's just all like bulged out and everything. His eyes are all crazy.
He's bug-eyed. Yeah.
Oh man, yeah. Crazy.
Speaking of crazy, yes, the craziness continues here.
Absolutely.
Here's another one from the Daily Mail. You can see all these articles on the Squares Roundtable Facebook page, by the way. Disturbing moment. A member, keep that in mind, of a Facebook group dedicated to pointing loaded guns at one's genitalia, accidentally shot himself in the testicles.
It's painful even when you mention it. Oh, man.
A member of a Facebook group where men jokingly post photos of themselves pointing loaded guns at their genitals accidentally shot himself in the genitals. A bizarre incident took place last Tuesday in San Diego, landing the trigger-happy man in a hospital to be treated for injuries to his scrotum.
Who in their right mind thinks of shit like this, Mike?
The man, who has not been named, is reportedly a member of a Facebook group called Loaded Guns Pointed at Penis with a B. So it's BENIS.
Venus.
Yeah. The group was created in May to get a rise out of responsible gun owners by showcasing photos of men pointing loaded firearms with the safety off at their crotches.
Okay.
The San Diego man on Tuesday shared his video with the Facebook group, showing him brandishing his .45 caliber 1911 pistol. Clip shows the man pointing the loaded gun with the safety off at his crotch. After a few seconds, the pistol discharged. The man later shared this image depicting the aftermath of the shooting, which left him with entrance and exit wounds in his scrotum.
Oh my God.
So it didn't just bounce around inside the nutsack.
No,
just kind of went right straight through.
Straight through the sack.
I guess you could say he blew his load.
Shit, the hard way.
He didn't have to, and it wasn't inside the tank at WrestleMania 30 either. So.
He shot one with a bullet.
Yes. He posted the video of himself. Then he did. I'm like, so the wounded man documented what happened in the next series of posts, writing, "Hey boys, I might have fucked up. I'm not kidding. I just shot myself." The gun enthusiast continued in his narration. God's caliber went through my scrotum, mattress, box spring, and floor. Yeah, entry and exit wound. How about that?
Wow.
But an admin for the Facebook group reported the victim was 100% okay and even went to work the following day.
Oh?
I'm sure he was walking with quite a limp, though. Like the boss brings you into the office. Why don't you have a seat there, Jeff? I can't sit down. Well, what happened? Well, what happened? Are you okay? Yeah, I'm okay. Well, are you all right? Well, I'm in this Facebook group. And, okay, what do you do in this Facebook group? Well, we take loaded guns and point them at our dicks.
my God.
At least he wasn't like, he didn't try to disguise himself as a player, try to sneak into the hospital or whatever. So he's
Oh my God!
this
is something you file away. Under men are stupid.
Yeah.
Okay, but oh my gosh. Anyway,
so now the people on the Facebook group are saying he's king because he did it, but yeah. Anyway, the reason we're calling him king is partially because the poor guy already shot himself. Don't think he needs to be chastised as well. I'm quite sure he's learned his lesson without the entire world calling him an idiot. But he is!
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So you're playing with a fucking firearm. I mean, what the hell?
A loaded firearm with the safety off.
Pointed at your penis.
Stupid.
What were you fucking thinking, man? I mean, oh my God, some people should not be allowed to be near such things. Man.
Okay, we got more. I think we got one or two more, and then we can get out of here. Here's more news of the sports. I've been watching the Cubs.
You've been watching the Cubs, I haven't.
And it's just weird. Like, they add the crowd noise. And it's just, there's no one in the crowd.
It's like some bad LSD movie.
I mean, even they have like the crowd reactions when he hit the ball or when they catch it.
Oh, that's nuts, man.
It's distracting. It's stupid.
I
understand why they don't want just silence.
Well, yeah, that would be the perfect answer in a perfect world, but you don't live in the perfect world, so yeah, we got to try to make it as close to everything from nothing as best as possible.
This is weird watching the Cubs with no one in the stands, and you still hear the crowd. The crowd goes wild, but there's no crowd.
It's like watching the canned laughter of the old 60s and 70s sitcoms. It was like, yeah, they would always dump all that, additional laughter or clapping, whatever. There was no audience there. It was just all canned shit. Now they're bringing that old thing back. and they're cut out people in the chairs. That's even
more.
I
dig that. I saw that I think it was at the Cubs game, or was it the Mets, where someone put in Bernie from Weekend at Bernie's. Was wearing the sunglasses and that loose blue jacket.
Yeah, I remember that Weekend with Bernie. That was a great movie.
So anyways, here's from sportingnews.com. Steven Strasburg was enjoying some Mets versus Nationals action from his seat in section 121 when he saw some calls he didn't agree with. In the bottom of the third inning, Nationals pitcher Austin Voth was facing Mets slugger Pete Alonso. There were a pair of controversial calls as Voth essentially threw the same pitch twice, but received a strike call on one and a ball on the other.
Right.
And as you can see in above, the called strike was actually slightly lower than he called the ball. And this was a pivotal moment in the game as the bases were loaded with Alonso at bat. Had that pitch been called a strike, the inning would have been over. So at the controversial call, Strasburg let his opinions be known for the stands, and umpire Carlos Torres overheard it. Torres tossed Strasburg early on, but there was some initial confusion as to who he tossed. It's odd for an umpire to eject a pitcher who isn't playing. So both Nationals manager Dave Martinez and his announcers were trying to figure out what was going on. Someone seemingly Strasburg could be held hearing. You are fucking brutal to Torres. Cameras eventually caught Strasburg tipping his hat to the umpire, and it became clear he was the one who got ejected. As for Strasburg, he's currently dealing with a right hand injury and missed 2 starts this season as a result. However, Martinez said Wednesday he expects Strasburg to start Friday. So he was obviously on injured reserve, so he's sitting way up in the stands instead of in the dugout. Heckling the umpire.
Okay.
You see him, and he has his face. He's all alone. I mean, there's nobody within like 20, 30, 40 feet of him, but he still has a face covering on because we're being, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's sitting in the stands just with his feet up, watching the game from the stands.
Wow.
So.
Wow. Ain't that something?
I think we can maybe close out with this one. I don't see any others here that we can comment on. All right, let's close out with this one here. This is another local story.
Uh-huh.
This one's from WGN.
Okay.
Chicago's very own Channel 9.
Yes.
Chicago Police Superintendent David Brown announced charges against a 20-year-old man. He said he live streamed an attempt to break in an ATM with a hammer. Superintendent Brown said Aaron Neal streamed the incident during last weekend's looting downtown and was placed into custody on Friday. And this mugshot, yeah, he'll grow to be an angry young man someday. Brown said Aaron Neal streamed the incident. Yeah, he faces one felony count of burglary and one felony count of criminal damage to property. He bought a hammer and started a live stream, and he broke an ATM, and they found him online, and that's the way things go on the online ghetto. The superintendent said police posted video of the incident on their website, and within 90 minutes, members of the community helped officers to identify him. So I want to thank the community for standing up and speaking out against this shameful destruction. Brown announced the charges shortly before a protest was set to begin at Robert Taylor Park and move toward Grand Park. Protesters expect to shut down the Dan Ryan Expressway. That happened over the weekend. But yeah, the dude, he was live streaming it.
I know. It's like, what?
Dummy.
What the fuck are you doing? What are you thinking, man?
I mean, he's trying to be all, like, mean and cool in this mugshot. But you just... What are you in for? I broke into an ATM. Oh, man. How'd they catch you?
I was
live streamed it. What? What'd you do? I said I live streamed it, man. Because I'm a hardened criminal, and anytime I don't always break into ATMs, but when I do, I live stream it so everyone can identify me within 90 minutes.
And don't the ATMs have their own camera going too?
Yeah, sometimes. Yeah, usually you have surveillance cameras at the bank. But I guess the live stream probably would have been closer to his face. So.
He wasn't getting away with that one.
Hey, Rocky, watch me break this ATM with a hammer. Again?
That trick never works.
This time for sure. Facebook. Oh boy. Well, maybe he was looking. He was trying to get some money so he could buy some of those sweet ass turkey dinner candy corns,
or the 3-day Airbnb and Blockbuster.
Yeah, maybe. He was trying to get, maybe, or maybe it was, he just didn't have a gun that he could point at his penis. So what else was he going to do that day?
Because that would have made it a whole lot harder had he shot his penis. Trying to get that every place else.
Indeed. So I guess that'll do this week for News of the Squared. We're on Instagram and Twitter at SOTRT Podcast. We're on YouTube. Click the bell, subscribe. You know when to get new content. Of course, all these crazy news articles are on our Squares Roundtable Facebook page. Shout out to Scott.
Scott!
And we're on Ivan, my buddy Ivan over here. He's on Twitch at Java N Ivan. JAVANIVAN on twitch.tv, or just download the app. Speaking of apps, you can download this show on your audio hosting platforms, i.e. Google, Spotify, Apple, Podbean, Anchor, and email us if you like at sotrtpodcast@gmail.com. So with that, I guess we're done.
All right, boys and girls, moms and dads, we're making our way on out of here to our next show. And our partner, Jeff, will be back on that one. So you'll get the whole family for half the money. But good to see y'all. We'll catch up with you next time.